8 acres, Sam's Valley, Oregon. This is around Gold Hill in Jackson County. This is new on Wilco land. My name's Miles McLaughlin. I'm going to cover a few things in this video that includes location, how to visit the property. I'm going to show you some photos and things that we have to share with you on the property and how you can do some of the due diligence on your own. I work at Wilco Land. What we do is we offer vacant land for sale by owner. We offer owner carry options. As well as cash discounts for those cash buyers. So first things first, let's look at the basics. This is an 8.1 acre down here, and I'm looking at the plat map. It's Sam's Creek Road goes to the property, so this is your road access. There's a creek across the street. It's a wooded property. We'll go over zoning and some of the land use things here in a minute. So next thing I want to do is I want to show you the location on a map. So simply to visit this property, a lot of vacant land doesn't have an address. So to visit the property, you're going to want to use GPS coordinates. Our photographer got out there just fine. The next thing you're going to want to do when visiting a rural property like this is you're going to want to maybe look at Google Earth or the county GIS system. So I will get on Jackson County's GIS system in a minute to show you how to look up properties there, but you might want to use Google Earth, and we offer this link inside of our listings, so you can actually download this if you have Google Earth on your computer and use it. So one thing I might try to identify is natural features in the landscape. So you may or may not find survey markers out here. So you might need a survey in the future, but to get an idea of what we're looking at, we know that there is maybe a residence here, 403 Sam's Creek Road. And let's see if we can find something to identify with. So this corner, there's kind of a clearing. Maybe that's something there. So maybe this clearing is identifiable when you're out there, maybe not. So let's say it's not. What else can we look for? We've got this residence and there's a road coming back out here. I mean, you could really study this if you wanted to, but there's a residence almost straight out here. So I'm going to use this house as kind of as a bearing. So I'm out there, the GPS coordinates bring you to right here on the road. Maybe you walk up here. How do I know where I'm at? You have this this ravine in the property. Maybe that's something, say, hey, I'm about halfway there. So when I walk to the top of that ravine, it's another 220 yards to the top of the property, and back down to the bottom, it should be about 130 yards. So you can use this ruler and say, how wide is something like this? Try and start it at a natural feature in the landscape. And try and end it at that clearing and say, okay, let me do it's not perfect, but at least you're walking about 130 yards along the property to see where you're at. So those are just little tips that might help you visit vacant lands. You could also even go and do a path on this road to see how far back it is. But yeah, this is where we're at. This is 8.1 acres in Jackson County, Oregon. If you're unfamiliar with the area, you can click on some of these bullets and see what the landscape's like. You can also pull this guy down on Google Maps, and you can actually get street views along a lot of these roads. So that's something I wanted to point out. So this is Gold Hill, Oregon. This is Sam's Valley. There's not a lot for sale out here. This is one of our favorite markets to work in. Now that we looked at Google Earth, I'm going to zoom out a little bit and just show you from a bird's eye view where we are in Oregon. So again, north of Medford, just north of Gold Hill, Sam's Valley. I know Central Point's right down here. So again, we're using the GPS coordinates, and that's how you're going to go visit it. We do offer more of a self-service real estate model. Last I left off was looking at these photos. So you kind of have an idea of what we're looking at. Really awesome views from the property. Maybe it's recreational. Maybe it's someplace to build. Maybe it's someplace for commercial development or a subdivision at some point. Oregon's really growing. So this property is vacant. So we're going to get a lot of questions about utilities and about power and about water and septic and building. So we buy and sell land sight unseen. Our due diligence is very surface level. We do have some photos from our photographers here, or some videos. If you want me to send those to you, I sure can, but it's 12 minutes long and it takes a long time to load, so I won't look at that right now. But the property is zone WR. So let's get into some of those questions. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just Google Jackson County, Oregon parcel search. Or maybe even look at a GIS map. So I'm telling you right now, the property is zone WR, and WR zoning with Jackson County, Oregon. WR zoning, Jackson County, Oregon. You could Google that to look at what the zoning means. So you're going to look at, here's some stuff here. So you're going to find this stuff. What is WR zoning? Woodland residential. So zone definition. So just make sure it's for the right county that you're looking at. So here's the zoning map. This might be helpful. So I'm playing around with some of these tools during this video. So again, this is vacant. There's no well. There's no power that we know of. We know that there is signs of development. So who's to say that these other properties, we were just looking on Google Earth, we have homes all over. Home here, 522, 403, 375. So these people were all able to pull power, get a well in, get septic, all that good stuff. All this development has that. So to see that, this is a vacant property and everything else is developed around it is a really, really great sign. So I want to also just double check and make sure this isn't BLM land. So what's even better, and I haven't even touched on this adjoins BLM lands. Over 355 acres on the corner of your property. So that's a big deal. What's behind you? More BLM land. So 75 acres. I'm going to take some photos of this and add it to our website so people know. So USA BLM, 75 plus acres. Again here. So 355 plus acres here. USA BLM land, 355 plus acres. This is really great news. I'm just seeing this now. So I'm stoked about it. This is more BLM land. This is unbelievable. This is really great stuff. So you have a mecca of recreation on all sides of use. USA BLM land, 600 plus acres. This is really awesome news. So this is good news. Good news, guys. So if you're watching this video, let's get down to the basics again. Let's get back to the due diligence aspect. So this is zoning. If you want to try and look through that, you can. I can't read it on my computer, but it's got a zoning map if you want to go that route. Otherwise, what I would probably do is I have the parcel ID in here in one of these tabs. I left it right here. So this is the APN, account ID, parcel ID number that you can use to identify a property with a county. So I could look up property data using any APN I wanted by doing this and searching that parcel ID number. The other thing I can do is try and maybe use the GIS system that Jackson County offers, which I should be able to look up the parcel ID again, but we'll take a look and look into that. So the next thing I want to say is when it comes to WR zoning, we do have a link underneath the zoning field on our website, and that is gonna have definitions to different Oregon zoning. You can also call the county about it, but again, this is undeveloped. We don't plan on developing it. We're buying sight unseen. We're basically flipping land. So I'm gonna make a blog. This is kind of one of my things to do is make a blog about Jackson County's GIS system. They just updated their county website. So I'm gonna go the old school route and see what we can find here on just a classic property search. But some of these on my blog page on Wilco Land here, wilcolandllc.com, I do have some other tutorials on different counties, and the same mindset or the same philosophy you can use here, Dial Deschutes and Crook County, along with Lane County. These are very similar county GIS systems. The same, practice or, applying the skills in a different county is going to be there for you. So things that this can show us, we can do different layers that it shows zoning, it shows roads. There's going to be a lot of really great stuff we can look up here. So I'm going to go by account number. I'm going to click it here, and you can see there's an account number, map tax lot, things like that. I would like to be on a GIS map, but I don't want to waste your time in this video. You can play around with it a little bit on your own. And what I'm talking about are these map layers here. As you can see, it's showing there. So we're trying to search it. Anyhow, kind of get the point with that. I don't want to get too carried away in this video, but yeah, this is where we're at, a little bit of zoning. And here's actually the map, some of the mapping tools I referred to, but we want to be able to use the layers to look at this. So I will let everybody know when I make a video about how to use this GIS system. I need more time to do it myself. So this is the basics right now. Again, we're looking at WR zoning in Jackson County. Google it, call the county. We're going to have a document underneath our property with more information about zoning. Comparable sales in the area, you can see they're up there. There's not a lot for sale out there. This isn't even our property, but There's definitely some comparables to the south. There's not much for sale up in Sam's Valley, but we're looking at 210 down here, 235, 225, 250. It's going to vary. As you can see, there's really not much for sale in Sam's Valley there. So again, my name's Miles at Wilco Land. I'm here to help you out. We've got a homepage you can look at this property on. I'll pull it up. I forgot we even had it on there. I'll pull this property up and I'll show you some of the stuff that I'm talking about and that I went over in the video. So my video I'm talking about here will be posted. You can see WR zoning and you can see a link to the county zoning information right here. So this is something to look into. You can read through some of those definitions if you're unfamiliar with it, start to Google things. But like I said, just looking at it, seeing the possibilities with those neighboring properties is a good sign. You can see the Google Earth link that I used was right here. You can download it, GPS coordinates, copy and paste them. And we've got owner carry pricing down here and cash pricing too. So give us a call if you have any questions, 605-250-1256. Again, my name is Miles McLaughlin. Hope you found this video helpful. I look forward to talking to you.